Hi there, Release Fire here. So I'm going to talk you through how to beat the 6-wheel robot road tank boss here in Final Fantasy VII Remake. It comes right at the end of the game, just before the last two bosses. And he's a bit of a git because he can pummel you with a huge amount of damage, but he's relatively easy to take down when you know how. Hopefully the video is going to help you out. If it does, drop a like below. But essentially, anytime it arcs up with one side of its legs, I guess they're legs, are they legs, wheels, in the air, get the hell away from it, steer in the opposite direction, and then you just want to get in close and get your hits in. Steer away anytime it does that again, and then steer back in and use the accelerator button, which is R2, to be able to get in close. Again, it'll keep raising up and dropping down, but as soon as you've taken out one side, what you want to do is switch to the other side. So just steer on over, get in close again, get in your hits, use the spinning slash with triangle anytime you can, and again, anytime it raises its leg, anytime it cocks its leg, get the hell away from it. You don't want to be covered in robot piss or whatever it is. Anyway, as soon as you've got it staggered, you can then do some damage. You can see at this stage it doesn't do a huge amount of damage. However, its stagger aggregates after each time. You can see at the moment it's at 200%. You keep building that up after each phase and you'll eventually be able to do much more damage. Again, anytime it does any kind of crazy attacks like that, just steer out of the way, get the hell out of there, and then you can get in close again to be able to go after the wheels once again. Don't worry too much about the normal kind of gunfire it has. It's big moves like that you want to stay out of the way of. If you find you're right next to it and it's about to do that, hit the brakes with L2 and you'll kind of like back out of that and stay away from the damage, and then you just want to get in more hits, build up the stagger, and you can see it just slowly ticks upwards. When you get in the next phase, it's just a case of avoiding these lightning blasts on the ground. You just need to weave left and right, and then you can use the kind of the distant slash, the spinning slash, to be able to get it from afar. And then once you get through all of that little bit, it's just a case of getting in close, avoiding its cocking leg, and then getting back in with accelerate and doing your damage on the wheels. You can see one of the wheels gets a little bit of a shield. If that happens, switch on over to the other side or wait for it to disappear, and then keep on getting your hits in on the wheels themselves, and eventually you'll get through to another stagger. It takes a little bit of time. If you're struggling to get close to it, what you actually need to do is don't just accelerate far away, get in close to it directionally and then accelerate, and for some reason that means you get a little bit of a boost, and then again just keep switching sides anytime it does one of the big attacks, and then spin on around to try to get any damage. At this stage it spins quite regularly, so you're going to have to work hard to be able to get your side right, but if you keep working on this, keep working a little bit closer to it when you accelerate, then you should be able to get in some damage and get it to stagger for another time. And at this stage you'll start to do a hell of a lot more damage, just because you're up to a much higher amount of stagger damage, and you should be just over halfway through its health bar. Repeat that process one more time, get in close, finish off the wheels, and that should see you get in your final stagger. And at this stage, just every hit is doing so much more damage. You're well over 500% stagger damage, and that should be enough to finish it off. And that is how to beat the 6-wheel road tank robot boss fight here in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Hopefully the video helps you out. If it does, drop me a like below. You can also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, with the links on the left hand side, and check out the rest of my guide to Final Fantasy VII Remake with the links on the right hand side. Leave any comments and I'll catch you next time.